Doctor Who Story by Story. Terminus Review. Just the facts. Terminus is the name of a 4-part Doctor Who story broadcast from the 15th to the 23rd of February 1983 as the 4th story of the show's 20th anniversary season. It starred Peter Davison in his second season as the 5th Doctor, along with his companions Tegan and Nyssa, played by Janet Fielding and Sarah Sutton, and mysterious newcomer Turlough, played by Mark Strickson. The serial was written by Stephen Gallagher, a British science fiction and horror author who had previously written Warrior's Gate for Tom Baker's final season, and directed by Mary Ridge. The story was produced by John Nathan Turner in his third season and script edited by Eric Saward in his sophomore year. Incidental music for Terminus was provided by Roger Limb, who had previously composed the scores for the 4th Doctor story The Keeper of Traken as well as previous 5th Doctor stories 4 to Doomsday, Black Orchid, Time Flight and Arc of Infinity, and who would go on to score the 5th Doctor's regeneration story The Caves of Androzani, and the 6th Doctor story Revelation of the Daleks. Plot. When the TARDIS is forced to make an emergency landing after sabotaged by a new companion Turlough, who is working for the malevolent entity known as the Black Guardian, the TARDIS crew find themselves separated and stuck on a spaceship headed for Terminus, a run-down supposed hospital that seems more like a prison where victims of a terrible plague known as Lazarus disease are sent, often never to be seen again. Guest cast. The guest cast for Terminus includes Valentine Dyall, reprising his role as the Black Guardian from the preceding story Mordrin Undead and the 1978 Tom Baker story The Armageddon Factor, Dyall having a long career in film and television and having become famous as the Man in Black on radio. Terminus also features Liza Goddard as Carrie Goddard, who first made an impact on television in the serial The Brothers, which also featured future 6th Doctor Colin Baker, to whom Goddard was actually briefly married, and went on to be a regular fixture on British television in comedy series such as Yes, Honestly, Watch This Space and Roll Over Beethoven, and a regular panelist on Panel Quiz Show Give Us a Clue. Playing Oliver is actor Dominic Gart, who appeared in films such as Picnic at Hanging Rock and Absolution before retiring from acting in the early 2000s. He is the brother of actor Christopher Gard, who went on to play Bellboy in the 1988 7th Doctor story The Greatest Show in the Galaxy. Andrew Burt plays Val Gard, most famous as the original Jack Sigden in Yorkshire soap opera Emmerdale Farm, and who appeared in many films and TV shows such as The Legend of King Arthur, The Voyage of Charles Darwin, Warship and the Joan Hickson Miss Marple story 450 from Paddington. Playing the sinister Iraqi is actor Martin Potter, who played the central role in the Federico Fellini film Satyricon and who also appeared in Nicholas and Alexandria and the 1970s Robert Mitchum version of The Big Sleep. Playing Boar is Peter Benson, most famous as Bernie Scripps in the nostalgic ITV drama series Heartbeat, and who played many other roles in shows such as All Creature Great and Small, The Blackadder and The Bill. Trivia. Terminus was the final story to feature Sarah Sutton as Nyssa, who departs at the end of the story to help refine the cure for Lazarus disease, which she herself contracts during the story. Terminus is the second story in the so-called Black Guardian trilogy, a trio of stories in Season 20 in which the malevolent devil-like figure that Tom Baker's Doctor defied at the climax of the Season 16 Key to Time story arc recruits a young alien stranded on Earth, Turlough, to kill the Doctor in revenge for his former defeat. The name Vanir is a reference to the Vanir in Norse mythology, while Garm was the name of the guard dog of Hel, otherwise known as the Land of the Dead. The serial was novelized by original author Stephen Gallagher under the pseudonym John Lydecker in 1983, and released on video in 1993 before being released in a trio pack with Mordrin Undead and Enlightenment, the climax to the trilogy, on DVD in 2009. The serial was also released in issue 140 of the Doctor Who DVD Files magazine in 2014. There were a number of technical difficulties with Terminus, including electrical problems, difficulties with costumes and a set that had been improperly constructed, resulting in some overrunning and rushed production times. Reaction: Terminus performed adequately in the ratings, with the 4 episodes scoring between 6.5 and 7.5 million viewers. However, Terminus is a very unpopular story with Doctor Who fans, often being seen as slow, boring and overly grim and miserable. What I think? Well, far be it from me to be contrary to received fan opinion, ha ha da ha he ha, but I've always liked Terminus, and after seeing it again a couple of weeks ago, I still do. It's grim, but it's very atmospheric, and above all it's consistently interesting with lots of stuff going on. Davison works well with Goddard. Nissa's subplot is rather terrifying, and the subplot with Tegan and Turlo, which is often dismissed by morons as irrelevant padding, is actually crucial not only to the development of their relationship but also to Turlo's growing realization that he is not, in fact, a cold-blooded killer, but also that by rashly agreeing to the devil's bargain with the Black Guardian he has gotten himself in very, very deep shit. In my opinion, Terminus is an underrated and genuine piece of science fiction storytelling, and I see no justification for giving it anything less than a solid B+.